Okay, not gonna lie, stage 2 was fucking terrible. I mean, literally worst pickem I've ever had, probably. How many people are still fighting for diamond coin, by the way? I'm gonna do this one quick, stage 3 pickems this time, because I'm just not feeling well. So yeah, let's do a bit of a stage 2 recap first. I mean, let's start with the 3-0 teams. FaZe, I said in my video they could make it 3-0, they could just completely crash out 0-3. They were a total coin flip and they did go 3-0. I also said they're not gonna get dust in every single best of one. They did get dust in every single best of one. Congrats to Aurora and Passion for giving FaZe probably their best map in the previous stage. And Navi, they just looked very solid. I mean, didn't get any really tough matchups, so I'm not yet fully convinced about them. But, you know, B8 is a pretty good team. Imperial did make it in the end. Yeah, honestly, they look very solid. Now, as for free ones, I mean, Parivision, I believed in the dream, and the dream is still alive. I think Parivision could make playoffs, honestly. I hope they do. Imperial, absurd. They just got some very easy matchups. I mean, MIBR looked shit. Fnatic was also not very good, as I predicted. And then M80, I mean, I'm very let down by M80. I think they should have won that last game, but, you know, they just choked it absolutely, and Imperial made it through instead. Now, B8, I think B8 has been looking very strong. I considered putting them in my pick'em as well. I didn't do it in the end, but yeah, I think they can be a solid contender next stage as well. Now, Passion, Liquid, and 3D Max are all teams where I'm kinda like, I'm not convinced, you know, I'm not convinced about any of them. I would much rather have seen NIP and M80 make it. Liquid, I'm fine with. I think Liquid could be interesting, you know, if they now recover from that poor start they had, let's be real, from that Tyloo game where they had some crazy rounds. That last round of Inferno, man, what a match. But hey, 3D Max and Passion, I'm not convinced at all. We'll see. 3D Max, I think they have a chance to bounce back still. Passion, I think, are gonna be my 0-3 pick, I'm pretty sure. And now as for the 0-3s, FlyQuest, a big disappointment. I mean, I expected them to win at least a game here. I don't know how that happened. MIBR, I mean, the individuals really let us down, I think. Like, Insani and Clean, they did not perform the way I would expect them to. And, you know, Kickert wasn't as much of an issue as I thought even. I mean, Kickert, I would think, would be their biggest issue individually, but no, he wasn't. Now the 1-3s, we've got Fnatic, Aurora, and Tyloo. I mean, Aurora, obviously, in shambles. Tyloo, I think, had potential to make it much further. I don't know, them losing to M80 is weird. I think if they won against M80, they'd be making it to stage 2-3 easily. Yeah, the way it went down, they don't. And Fnatic, I mean, I expected them to go 0-3, honestly. I think they should be happy with the way this event went for them, though. Like, they did make it through stage 1, which I don't think was a guarantee. And stage 2, you know, they did win a game. You know, they put up a fight, at least. Now, M80, Astralis, and NIP, and is it safe to say that all of these teams could be disappointed? Because I think M80, after stage 1, they probably had higher expectations, maybe than before the tournament. And yeah, the fashion in which they went out against Passion and Imperial, yeah, not great. I mean, they should have won one of those games for sure. On paper, they were the better team. Astralis, to be honest, I think this was like the expected result for them. 2-3 or 1-3 is what I expected for them, and yeah, that makes sense. I mean, Device's new opening style or whatever he was talking about, I didn't see it. Ster is still their best player, by the way. There is no escaping that. And the rest are just shitting the bed. I mean, Magisk looked good at times, but yeah, Yabi and Huxi, no, I'm not buying it. And NIP, man, what a disappointment from NIP. I mean, going 2-0 on the first day to then lose all your games, I thought they would beat 3D Max easily, honestly. I had them advancing as well. And yeah, well, initially I would definitely pit 3D Max against them as the favorites. At the end of the stage, I thought NIP would be beating them easily, you know, even after the Parivision and FaZe games. These were close games with multiple overtimes, like 4 overtimes in a row lost, by the way. How crazy is that? But yeah, you know, all that fuss about winning the first 2 games to then fall flat against 3D Max. But I will say, I am very happy with the way Kaspersky performed in this tournament. Even in stage 2 where he didn't have that many great maps, I think he still looked incredibly good at times, and I can't wait to see him on a bigger team, to be honest. To see NIP sign some bigger players, it would also be cool. You know, if they replaced, like, I mean, if they want to replace someone, right now they probably will be replacing Ujerks, maybe Wrinkle. Although Wrinkle also played well during the major, I don't know. I'm not gonna speculate too much on roster changes right now. And if we head over to stage 3, as you can see, I already have my picks made, and the reason for that is I've decided to fuck it all and just go with the favorites. Last stage I tried to go with the vibes, I tried to analyze the matchups, the teams, look at the simulations and everything, and you see what it got me? It got me to one correct pick. So this time, I'm just going with the favorites, at least in my mind. I think it's pretty safe to say that Vitality and Furia are the favorites of this stage, but then, you know, Spirit, Falcons, Mouse, G2, they are all like no-brainers really. I think Mongols having a sub-player are a bit more risky. I could see people picking them though. Pain, I think, could be a 0-3 pick potentially. They are honestly not inspiring any confidence within me. I picked Navi because they looked good in the previous stage. I think they should be good enough to make it here. Although again, we haven't seen them against the greatest of teams yet, so we'll see. Parivision because I still believe in the dream. Imperial and Passion going 0-3. I am still picking Imperial 0-3. It backfired last time. I believe it's not going to backfire this time. And Passion just, again, they didn't inspire much confidence in me. And as for the other teams I didn't pick, I mean, FaZe, again, is a coin flip. FaZe could go 0-3. FaZe could advance to playoffs. I don't know, honestly. It depends if we see stage 1 FaZe or stage 2 FaZe. B8, I think, is a serious contender. I think they could make it over like a Parivision, a Navi, maybe even a Mouse or a G2. I mean, to be honest, the only teams I think are guaranteed to go to the next stage are like Vitality, Furia, and Spirit, because they're usually good in Swiss stages. And the rest, I think, could fumble. Every team here could fumble other than these three. But you know, the on-paper favorites are gonna be advancing for me here. And yeah, then Liquid and 3D Max, as I said, I'm not very confident in them making it through. I think they should easily win a game or two. They shouldn't go out 0-3, is all I'm saying. 3D Max more likely. Liquid probably can't go 0-3 or it's a tragedy. And could they make it? I mean, they could. Especially Liquid, I think, could. They have the star power for it. 3D Max, I think, might be lacking a bit of that, but it's the major, you know, we get the best of ones, we get all that jazz, so anything can happen really. Like again, this is what I said in the last video, FaZe can just win the best of ones and make it through, and that's what they did. And I think the same can happen here for teams like Liquid or 3D Max, where if they just win their best of ones, you know, the same still stands for FaZe or Mongols. Like, if they just win their best of ones, they will have 3 best of 2s to make it through. And I believe these are teams that will close out best of 2s, best of 3s. That will close out one of those best of 3s and make it through. So yeah, that's it for my pick. I'm not doing fantasy this time because fuck fantasy. The prices are absurd anyways, so I'm not gonna do it. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you hear me in another video. Bye!